Hey everyone, Godly Scientist here. Last time we spoke about the concept of God and whether he would have had a creator or if he always existed. We touched on the fact that something in a truly infinite and timeless dimension, like the concept of God, does not need a creator, and how our minds are almost incapable of understanding such concepts. Today we ask the question, was the universe created? Well, back about 13.7 billion years ago, the universe existed as a mere single point called a singularity. Just like the dot on this folded sheet of paper, except in actuality it would be thousands of times smaller. All of space itself and all the mass that would go to populate the entire universe was squished into this infinitesimal speck. All at once, in a brief fraction of a second, all the contents of that singularity were unleashed, and they began expanding rapidly, faster than the speed of light itself. But where did that speck or singularity come from, and what caused it to begin expanding? That is the real question. However, that is where modern science fails to provide a plausible answer. There are no really concrete theories about what existed before the Big Bang or what caused it to happen. Some people use this quandary to prove the existence of God. If the universe used to not be here and, well, then it was, something must have created it, right? Well, still others use the theory of a Big Bang to prove exactly the opposite. There was no creator because physics itself was the creator of the universe. Today, I'd like to focus on the former argument that a godly creator gave us the universe, since this channel is all about linking science and religion. Ask any astrophysicist what caused the Big Bang and you're sure to get an earful. But when it comes right down to it, all they can give you is their opinion on the matter. Science falls short on providing us with an answer that we can all agree on. But there is one source that many believe to be an accurate and plausible explanation to how the universe came into existence, and that is the Bible. In fact, there is a book in the Bible named after this same occurrence. It's called Genesis, which literally means origin. Genesis sounds like the word generate, doesn't it? Meaning the creation and beginning of something. Many people believe the Bible is the inspired word of God and that it is truth. To lend some scientific evidence to the divine truth of the Bible, the book does teach us about some scientific facts that would not go on to be discovered for hundreds and hundreds of years. While people back in the day thought that the earth sat on the back of an elephant or turtle or was held up by Atlas, the Bible states what we now know to be true. In Job chapter 26 and verse 7, it says, "He," meaning God, "hangs the earth on nothing." Job is among the oldest books of the Bible, written perhaps many thousands of years ago, far before any documented scientific understanding of gravity or outer space even existed. So, the question is, how is it that Job had enough understanding of modern science to tell of those things without being inspired by God? Today, let's focus on the book of Genesis, the first 2 chapters to be exact, to look for answers on where the universe got its origin. The Big Bang Theory, the most widely accepted answer to how the universe started, says that there was nothing, and then there was something, and a whole lot of something too, all going on to become the universe as we know it today. The Bible actually tells a very similar story. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, it says, "In the beginning." Now, the first 3 chapters of Genesis accurately explain all known aspects of the creation. Science says the universe consists of time, space, matter, and energy. In Genesis chapter 1, we read, "In the beginning," which would be time, "God created the heavens," space, "and the earth," matter. "Then God said, 'Let there be light,' energy." No other creation account agrees with the observable evidence of science the way that Genesis chapter 1 does. The beginning of time, the beginning of space, the beginning of physics, and the beginning of the universe takes place in Genesis chapter 1. So a good question to ask would be, what existed before this point? Nothing? Well, logic tells us that a creator must exist before his creation. So from nothing, all of a sudden there was something. Boom! We have a plausible answer to where the universe got its beginnings. Whoa. Hang on. Is it really plausible? Do the physics we know support the idea of an all-powerful being that can create matter out of nothing? Well, no, actually. But does that matter? Do we need to rely on physics to explain the power of God? Does it even make logical sense to do so? Well, let's think about that. Let's pretend for a minute, just pretend, that everyone watching this video subscribes to the idea that God created the universe. Now, since we're all believing that temporarily, since God created the universe, he must have existed before his creation, yes? It's a fact that a creator must exist before the actual creation. Therefore, since he existed before his creation, which includes the physics we know, he would by necessity have to exist outside his creation and outside the physics of the universe, which are what would bar his power to create matter in the first place. If he exists outside the laws of the universe, he doesn't have to abide by them. If you don't live, say, in Canada, you aren't expected to live by Canadian law. The laws of our universe put in place by God are a product of his power, not a stage on which his power operates. But what about the power of God? Is it magic? How does it work? Well, we've only scratched the surface when it comes to understanding the makeup of the universe. Who knows? There could be dimensions that exist all around us. For example, the fact that light particles change their physical properties when someone is observing them shows us the seemingly magic world that is quantum physics. I've put a link in the description of a video that demonstrates this phenomenon. I highly recommend that you go and watch it. The point is, our world, or the invisible worlds that may exist all around us, in other dimensions, are still an enigma to us. Will we ever understand the science of the power of God? Will we ever have concrete proof of God's existence? Will we ever know the origins of the universe without having to speculate? We're still in the infancy of science. An infinite amount of knowledge awaits us in the future. So, let's summarize. Scientists agree in the Big Bang Theory, generally speaking, but they don't agree with what existed before the Big Bang. There is no plausible, concrete evidence as to what happened to initiate the Big Bang. The Bible, a book that discloses scientific knowledge thousands of years before it would go on to be discovered, does present an answer. A powerful creator that exists outside the laws of physics was able to initiate the Big Bang and started time itself. The idea of an all-powerful creator doesn't sound plausible to you? well then, by all means, take your pick of any number of theories as to what happened. But be aware, no matter what you choose, you're choosing an eternity. Perhaps the universe keeps on collapsing back in upon itself, bunching up into an infinitely dense singularity, only to erupt again into a new universe, happening again and again and again. If so, how did the first universe get started? Perhaps God created the universe. If so, where did He come from? For more on this, see my video entitled, Was God Created? Since time itself started with the Big Bang, whatever existed before the Big Bang must have existed for an eternity. Forever, without beginning. Try to wrap your mind around that one. Since it's ultimately impossible for us to understand a total lack of time, a lack of a past, or of a future, no matter what caused the universe to come into existence, no doubt it is something we can't understand, because whatever it is, it's going to be eternal. It's going to be without a past or without a future. So for now, what is the most plausible explanation? Or does one even exist? I'll let you decide for yourself. Subscribe to my channel for more fascinating videos linking science and religion. And of course, if you have a suggestion for a future topic, please comment below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.